Fifth mode. Woo! First off-road obstacle. Let's go to the swamp.
Hello electric fans, today we have one of the most popular upgraded electric model, Lankeleisi MG600 Plus. Specifically manufacturer upgraded the torque version. They also said you can go to 150 kilometers per charge, and it's one of the most powerful bikes I ever tested. Yo! Almost broke the seat. Look at this bad boy. But before that, delivery costed me €1, all the parts €1, and this whole box €1. Actually, it's all included in €1. I'm gonna tell the story later, but this is very exceptional. Guys, and guess which color I chose? Orange or gray? 3, 2, 1. It's gray. This is how bike looks taken from the box. Before getting to building this e-bike, we're going to unbox another accessory box and let's see what's inside. Inside we have accelerator, which is easy to install later on. Little cage lock for securing the expensive bike. We have a pump. I'm not sure if they should have included that. We have a tool keys and the left and right pedal. A UK adapter. This bike really, to go from the Europe to UK is pretty easy. We get the instruction booklet and the charger itself. Firstly, I detached everything. Mostly I used scissors. This whole building process took me about 2-3 hours. You have to be careful, but it's not very challenging. And now we're ready to build it. Firstly, we install the handlebar, it's all easily adjustable, and then we unscrew it 4 screws. It has a center printing, so it's easy to center it. Then we put on the front fender, which also includes the unscrewing process. And then I turn the bike upside down, so it's easier for installation, especially for one person. And then we match the front wheel, we check if it's going, and then we put on. And then we screw it, but not overscrew it. And me desperately trying to get the bike back on, 37 kilograms. It's not a joke. And then last but not least is the easiest part. We have to put on the pedals. You don't need to be so gentle in this process. We put on the left and right pedals. They should match by position. I took away all this bike to here just by foot, so I can respect you guys and show my real first impressions. Just to see how fancy it is. It is pretty fancy though. I made it to my height. And the first thing that got to my mind that, oh my god, this alloy frame. It's so comfortable just to sit down, relax. I'm so sure this bike is not for relaxing, but the seat is comfortable, really just positive energy. This is all pretty simple. We see the smart wheel, the mini iPad. This is how it looks like, or mini iPod. So we first turn this bad boy up. We see the Windows startup, Windows XP. We have plus and minus, up and down. If you press minus, then you get to the lower stage, and it has eco. I mean, I'm sure it's eco. It has a normal. I'm not sure what that means. We have real normal for more normal people. I don't know. Fake sport and real sport. Just so you know, I'm holding this camera and on this pretty narrow road. We're gonna start from the lower. We're gonna start from the eco. So this is the odometer. It has 3.5 kilometers. My dad tested it. He's really a bike fan. So I also added the throttle where you don't need to start with your feet. Roll your arm, your lazy arm, and you just go. And it starts to kick in. Whoa. The most important factor is the engine. We have 1000 watts B-Fang engine and 70 Nm torque. And I'm really curious, let's test the torque, how fast does it go, and what is the top speed of this bike. So, because it rides really smooth, okay, it gives me a little kick. Let's test the second level. Let's see how normal we can get, whatever that means. Look at this road, guys. Some Windows XP on the background. This is the view from Lithuania. Write me in the comments if you've ever been to Lithuania. Okay. Guys, just have a look. Oh my god! Yo! Woo! Okay, guys. Okay, the third one. Woo! My eyes are crying because of the wind. Oh my god, we almost got to 40. Okay, this is sport adrenaline. My microphone is right here. We're passing all the cars. Oh my god, the wind today is whoa! Let's set to the maximum. What are we waiting for here, right? I'm not even pushing the throttle yet. Oh, there's a corner. I have to brake, guys. And even though I'm riding the bike only with one hand, so let's have a little break and let's go. 40, 42, 44. I can't feel my hands. Maximum pedal. and maximum throttle. Let's go! You can see by my eyes that we got quite a speed here. And this is my second try. I almost got to 50 kilometers per hour. Power is really like a moped. So how did I got this bike for €1 or for $1? It's interesting, sorry. But before, if you want to order this bike, it's in the link in the description. You can buy from buybestgear.com. Now it's a €100 promotion, and then you can choose which color you prefer, gray or orange. I got this bike for €1, but for reason that I'm an influencer, I produce the content specifically to the tech field. Some people don't understand this job. It takes like a joke, but it really takes a lot of effort. You have to write a script, you have to make a thumbnail, you have to film the video. So if you're fast enough, then you're probably gonna end up in 1 week to finish the whole process, but you have to be on the turbo mode. The main idea is somebody's watching and somebody's making. I'm trying to inspire you guys. If you still have an idea to create something that you really want, that somebody, a specific theme that nobody creates about it, make it, work hard, and maybe one day you'll get a bike for €1 like me. Let's get some warmness, guys, really. Just before moving on, I really need to talk about, so it's the battery and the engine. This is the Samsung's battery, which is tested 1000 times by using and charging it. It exceeded all the qualities, and the manufacturer said you can go to 150 kilometers, which is insane. We have to test that out. And using only the acceleration mode, you can go to 70 kilometers, which is also insane. Let's go. And we also have a key. This is for removing the battery. In case you buy the second battery or you just want to go without the battery, turn the key. Battery pops off, but we still have a security, which we also have to turn it, and then it pops out. We don't need to do that. It has this double security lock. Oh, come on. Okay, so we got the torque version. And what is it about those €100? Should you invest it? Is it worth it? Actually, this model was released in 2024 in March, 1 month ago. So it's pretty new, it's efficient, and it has a better driving experience. And if you like investing, I'm sure it's worth it. But I'm really looking forward to go to the town, and then we can test the city experience. So from the village to the town, and we just got close to the city. We drove only 20 kilometers, and still the battery is full. I drove on the 5th mode. I didn't saw no one from behind. We conquered the village. We get to the city now, yeah? When you get to the town, it's super important to notice about the safety, visibility, comfortability. So let's see how the bike works in the town. I really like the gears, the Shimano Japanese-made gears. We have 7 gears here, and they work pretty smooth. I felt like I was always involved in the driving. We have high gears, and those high gears I really achieved by going fast, assisting. Usually in electric bikes, you don't see 7 gears, you see 6 gears, they're pretty small. And when you drive pretty fast, you're never involved by going faster. Even on a trinket road, we get quite a smooth road, even it's a bit of the rough road, still passes all the smoothly, all the pedestrian bumps. I control everything by one arm, not gonna lie. This is the best far bike I ever tested in my whole life. Best of the best, really. We have alarm! Never used it. All people get attention because it has the electric rotary sounds. Quite noisy sometimes. It's not irritating my ears. If people have headphones, I'm sure you can use it. In Europe, we don't use it. Beep, beep, beep. Very hidden button one. Birds are alive, and I waited the whole week for this to happen. We came back to the review. Let's test the off-road. We already got the 42.6 kilometers, 3 bars of the battery. More than 0.5% of the battery is still left, so for sure we're not hitting the 100 kilometers. It always depends on all kinds of scenarios. The weight, the temperature, the road quality, it all sums up. I always rode to 3 to 5 level, which normally hits 30 to 45 kilometers per hour. Let's go. Even for this test, you can really see the brake performance. Even for 30% of the hill, the brakes are working perfectly. I mean, I'm using only 1 brake. If I have chosen to use 2 of them, that would have been completely stopped. We see the first obstacle. It says hello, hello. This is our first mission. The road is quite moisty, but it did the job done. We finished. Woo! We see the cutout. Is it the civilization? The conditions of the off-road is quite good. If the road is good, if it's safe, what are we going to do? Off-road speed test, baby! Okay, I'm going more faster this time. Here's more wet. The second mission. Even more moistier ground. I'm going to accelerate from the start, and you can still see how powerful this bike is. Normally with the simple bike, you wouldn't accomplish that. Woo! No, the speed test can go to hell. Let's start from the design. This bike is made from aluminum frame. It weighs only, okay, no, maybe not only. It weighs 37 kilograms, but it can hold to 200 kilograms. And see, I'm trying to press my bike and this bike doesn't even start to help me. The whole construction, I can strongly say it's very strong. It also has an IP54 waterproof resistance. Gradability-wise, it goes to 35%. I'm quite in a flat country and I just came to one of the steepest park. I drove every hill and there was no problem with that. Even if you're from Switzerland, I'm sure you will not have any problems. No comment on the brakes. This whole time I used one brake because with one hand I had to hold my camera. And even if that stopped the bike perfectly. And front suspension, you see, if you rotate clockwise, it's for sporty extreme conditions. The forks doesn't move at all. And if you turn counterclockwise, it rides smoothly again. I prefer smooth.
The brakes here are a true miracle. I only press the front brake and it completely stops on the downhill.
This one really shocked me. It has a hydraulic system. This system can be adjusted. When it's a winter season, usually the bikes, they tend to have some air in the hydraulic system. And with this, they really solved it simply. They just put 2 screws on the left and the right, and you can adjust it with the hands. So it's pretty simple, pretty easy. You don't need to buy special steerage or invest in anything else. It has a nice seat, which my butt appreciates it. I never understand why the factory companies, they usually put the hard seats, which is more sporty. But for my taste, I prefer the soft ones because who doesn't like the comfort? One more factor is when you go on the bike, you don't need to raise your leg like you're going on a horse or something. This is the iconic lazy bike. The only con I see is the engine's cover. Sounds a little bit like an Opel dashboard or something.
Okay, so it's not too dark, but it's also not so bright. As you can see, the front light does the job done. I'm really surprised by the result. And we also have the back light, which is also on. And when you press on the brakes, it brights even more.
And now let's get to the conclusion, guys. Seriously, I tested a lot of e-devices. We almost got 60 kilometers per one charge, and we still have 2 bars left, which means it still has a juice in it. All those kilometers today I drove aggressively, which means I got to 4 or 5th level. So to get to 70 kilometers per charge is a no-brainer. And pros and cons. Cons? Okay, it has a ring, very comfortable seat. I really don't have any cons about this bike. Personally, I need comfortability, it's in it. I need the speed. This bike is a new upgraded, the torque version one. It has a power, enough for the town. The look, oh guys, everybody looked at this bike. Everybody, all people looked at me. Maybe not at me, at this bike. So if we hit 500 likes, guys, next time I'm doing the experiment, which I'm going to the city, to the capital. How much time do I need to get to my office with the car? And the next day with the e-bike. Let's do this experiment. Also comment which part did you like the most. Also comment which other vehicle I should review next. Okay guys, see you soon.